and honoured to be a Kerry woman speaking in the Rebel County here outside City Hall. Today is a wake-up call to all the Irish people that, you know, there's still time to make change in this country. You know, what happened last week with Micheál Martin calling us mongrels, and he living a native of Cork, shame on him. Like, this government are selling out, you know, our sovereignty. They're selling out the Irish people. They're more interested in saving Palestine than they are about saving this country. It's actually a disgrace. I was part yesterday of a very peaceful protest outside Croke Park. I mean, to think the greed that has set in this country, that to think Croke Park now think that it's acceptable to sell out our national stadium where 14 people were murdered and slaughtered on Bloody Sunday on our sacred soil to an Islamic Muslim cultural event. Shame on them. But the biggest disappointment yesterday of all of this was when I saw busloads and Irish teachers bringing in Irish children to indoctrinate them into this Muslim culture, an event. I thought that was pretty sick and disgusting, and I think that needs to be addressed. How are you? And I think that's a bigger problem, like in schools, educating our kids about Muslim culture. We don't need them. We're a Catholic Christian country. You know, our schools predominantly are owned by the church and state, and you know, if they want to come into this country, they have to sit down and respect our culture and religion, and not come in and think that they can take over. You see, what I noticed was the amount of Muslims, and they're driving massive amounts of cars. Money is no problem to them. Like, I won't be silenced, and you know, I'm calling out this corruption. You know, I'm passionate about what's after happening in the country. I want to change the electoral system in this country, because I first-hand witnessed election rigging in Turin-Cahill polling station. These politicians were selected, not elected, and I have first-hand experience of that, and I'm pursuing it through the High Courts in Ireland. And you know, to be fair, Her Honour Justice Emily Egan made an order that the preservation of the documents that were to be destroyed last Friday the 30th of May, they can't destroy them now until the clerk at the Dáil comes back. She made an order that he has to write to An Garda Síochána to see, you know, does the preservation of these documents, are they required for an investigation? Like, I reported this to the Gardaí on election night. I made a statement. You know, even Her Honour Justice Egan said that day, you know, like, you know, there has to be some merit in what Michelle Keane is saying. She said, would she have gone to all this trouble and do sworn affidavits for the court if there wasn't some merit in it? So, like, you know, I have sent a strong message now out to the clerk of the Dáil, the Irish government. I'm not sitting back on this. You know, thousands of people voted for me in Kerry, and I'm out now for justice to find out where their votes are gone. You know, because I mean, this whole election rigging has to stop. It actually has to stop. And you know, so be it if I put my name on the line. I don't care. I've come this far. I'm passionate about my country. As I said today, I'm just an ordinary woman, and you know, doing my bit. And I suppose I can bring a wealth of knowledge to the table. I want to be in the Dáil. I want to be in justice. I see the injustice that's happening every day. For the last 5 years, I've been going through a messy divorce situation myself. I see the injustice being done in all levels, to all walks of life, and I want to help people. And I suppose that's why I wanted to get into politics. The time was right last year. You know, I ran in the local elections, and you know, I was very proud that my own people in my own parish, you know, voted for me, and I topped the poll there against all the Healy Rays, against Sinn Féin, against the political parties. So, you know, I did, as I said, get thousands of votes, and people have come to me and have told me they've voted for me. And then I get 1,531 votes in the general election. Nobody was voting for the Norma Foley's. Nobody was voting for Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. Like, you know, there was this arrogance even by them campaigning. Just kind of show up, do the photo opportunity. You know, I physically went to as many doors as I could. I did the old-fashioned politics, you know, and I don't regret a day of it. And even though I was falsely and unlawfully imprisoned by the Irish state, you know, I have no regrets. They won't won't silence me. They've tried to silence me, but people in Ireland now need to wake up. The hate speech laws are coming in from Europe. They're only going to come in if we allow them to come in. So this government need to get out. So look, to people that aren't awake, will you wake up? This is our children's future. I'm 50 years of age in September. Half my life is lived. I'm doing it for my 2 kids' future. We owe it to them as custodians of this Irish state. Our ancestors died for this republic, and did they die in vain to see Micheál Martin calling his own Irish people mongrels? I mean, that just, I think, was the final nail in his coffin with the Irish people.